Hey girl, I am so excited that you are here today. If you've come across this podcast, just know that you are in the right place. If you are searching for freedom from unhealthy relationship with yourself, food, and your body, this is the show for you. We talk all things eating disorder recovery, disordered eating, and all of the ways, the strategies, the tools that are going to help you getting from starving or from binging to thriving and rocking it out at life. Because sis, you are worth so much more than this. So if you're new around here, welcome to the show. On the podcast today, we're talking about core beliefs. The belief that you need to combat that little voice inside of your mind that is telling you all of those lies. And creating that belief and what that looks like for you in your life right now as you navigate this journey. And talk about the cycle of these core beliefs, where this developed in your life for you, because the reality is that we have beliefs and their role in our life, their foundation of where they came from, it stems and it reinforces the negative patterns that we're actually producing in our life right now, because we have valued these beliefs as the end all be all. And so when we can start identifying what those beliefs are, we can start changing them. And that's where the true magic happens. So let's dive into today's show. I cannot wait for you to listen to this one, friend. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you, because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in the destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it, so you can start living your best life as your best self. I'm so excited to dive right into today's episode and talk with you about core beliefs, to really challenge you today to think about your fundamental core beliefs and how they have influenced where you are right now on this journey. Core beliefs are fundamental, deeply held beliefs. And we develop these beliefs often in early childhood or through significant life events. Eating disorders can stem from and reinforce negative core beliefs in our life that take literal years to dissect and to heal from. But the good news, sis, is that you're here. And you're wanting that healing more than anything right now. And that just simply means that you need a helping hand coming alongside you to help you through that process. Transformation and healing can begin when you can identify these fundamental truths that you are making the idol in your life, and you can stop fueling them so that you can actually change the behaviors that you're doing on a daily basis. So I want to start with the 3 types of core beliefs to set the stage for you. So the first is how you see yourself. And this is ginormous in terms of breeding the eating disorder that has overtaken your life. This can be shaped by early childhood experiences, your social influences, and personal achievements. The beliefs tied to how you see yourself are beliefs that are tied to your self-worth, your value, your self-competence, your skills, your abilities, your education, your self-identity, who you actually are at your core. This can certainly be influenced by caretakers in your life or overarching feedback and criticisms over the span of your life. These beliefs shape how you feel about you. And what's so imperative is that how you see yourself is the game changer, not only in recovery, but in lasting freedom from an eating disorder. Because you truly have to heal this false identity that has been created of who you think you are. And you have to release that, because that's just the eating disorder that's been lying to you. And you have to learn to be patient with yourself so that you can challenge this belief of who you actually are and create that version. Because friend, you are becoming someone you've never met before. And that's what I want you to take with you today, is that when you're uncovering what has gotten you here, that's all great. And I'm not clinical, so I don't live in the place of dissecting our past, but it is important to evaluate the beliefs that you're holding true to so that you can change them and be patient with yourself in that process. And just realize that you are becoming someone you've never been before. So get ready. The second type of core belief is how you view other people. So this stems from experiences or judgments from people around you. Beliefs in this place of how you're viewing other people can be tied to trustworthiness. They can be tied to reliability. Maybe somebody growing up in your life was not present, or they weren't around a lot, or you couldn't depend upon them. Also, beliefs in this bucket are tied to goodwill and kindness. If you've been in an environment where there wasn't much kindness, if you grew up with this belief about other people's abilities or lack thereof to be able to help support you, for an example, that's going to change the way you feel about other people. Prejudices come into this category, as well as stereotypes come into play here. And it really is how you view other people. So maybe, like me, there was a lot of rejection in your life. And so you held on to that. If I can just be perfect, if I can see myself, enter the first category, if I can see myself as the best, if I can tie all of my worth and value to how I perform, then how other people view me, it will be positive. And I will have less rejection. And that's just a safety mechanism. And it is a coping mechanism when we turn to eating disorder patterns and behaviors. The third area and type of core belief is your perception of the world around you. And this is shaped by lived experiences. For positive experiences, it's shaped when you have that consistent, conscious need of being seen and heard and your expectations in life being met by your environment, as well as the negative form of this is from surviving trauma or years of unstable environments. And so you develop beliefs around safety, good or bad, whether this environment is safe or dangerous, whether I live in an abundance mindset or in a lack mindset. These beliefs are all about availability of resources and opportunities that you have, beliefs that are linked to, well, this is just how I grew up, or who I am, or I always struggle with money, or I will always struggle with my weight, or all of those things. And so they tie into these other core beliefs and they get ingrained into your mind. These beliefs about the perception of the world around you are also attached to the extent in which you have control over your life and around worldly events. The things we fear that are going on around us, we tend to want to grip on to a sense of stability. And so especially in times like that we're living now, where it's crazy and we don't know what the economy is going to do, and there's all these things being predicted by people, and you want control and safety for yourself and for your family. And so many people can find themselves going down the slippery slope of an eating disorder because you're searching for that safety. And that's okay. But these core beliefs have an important role to play, not just in where you are and how you got here, but in their role in your recovery journey. And here's why. Eating disorder cycles are attached to all of these core beliefs. These beliefs, love, they affect your motivations, they affect your goals, they affect your life choices, they affect your desires to even want to find freedom from this. Think about this in the column of how you see yourself. When you feel like you're just not good enough, this is how you see yourself. This is not enforcing the ability for you to become better. It's not creating a momentum or an environment of motivation. It's actually doing the opposite. It leads and breeds perfectionism and restriction and rigidity. And in another example is the thought of I'm unlovable. Like, who will want me? And if I gain weight, will my husband or my boyfriend even want to be with me? If you've thought those thoughts, this is all around your beliefs of how others view you and how you view others. And so this results in using food and in punishing your body with exercise as a means to control that and to try to prevent that. But guess what? What other people think of you is not your business. How you choose to show up in this world with the years and the days that you have here is your business. And I want you to choose to show up bold, and I want you to choose to show up big, and I want you to choose to show up as the best version of yourself. And another example, the world is unsafe, and so I must perform relative to expectations of what everyone else around me sees me as, because I view myself up here. And therefore, if I come down any notches, I've failed. This just heightens the fact that you have to prove your value. You have to prove your worth to the world. And it can actually also result in isolation from the world. And that's where you might be finding yourself right now. So hopefully you can see how these core beliefs are reinforcing unhealthy coping mechanisms. But I want you to start changing the way you're thinking. And I want you to start shifting these core beliefs so that you can experience your best life. How you see yourself is so important, and you can break the cycle of negative self-perception by building up self-compassion, by listening to the show, by finding inspiration in other people that have gone through recovery, by learning to embrace your identity, and by understanding and becoming more aware that that voice that's inside of your head is just a false narrative. You don't have to restrict your food. You don't have to earn your food. You don't have to bargain and compensate with your food. You're allowed to have nourishment and honor. And so how you start to see yourself as a daughter of the Most High, as a warrior, as a queen here, as somebody who is becoming someone they've never been before, that is going to shine and live life to the fullest and be the best mom and wife and colleague and friend, like that is the girl, that is the woman that you're coming into. And when you start showing up, seeing yourself like that, you have less days where you're tied to that negative self-worth. You can also reshape your views about other people and the relationships in your life. And you can reevaluate how much influence you allow other people to come into your bubble. This requires forgiveness. This requires trust. This requires setting boundaries for those people. They may not be the best for you, but maybe they're family. And so you have to see them every Thanksgiving, right? But it's setting things in motion and also accepting support. But the biggest thing here in terms of how you view other people is stop comparing yourself to other people. No one truly cares, and I know this is hard to hear, no one truly cares what you're doing in your recovery. No one truly cares when they see you regaining weight outside of those that are closest to you and want what's best for you, who are actually for you in your corner, cheering you on, going, girlfriend, oh my gosh, I am so excited that you are taking your life back. Outside of that, everybody else is just a bystander, and you need to stop giving your power away to those people who don't even have a seat at your table. But yet, we care so much about what they think of us. That is what's going to keep you stuck. And then the third area is that we can transform our worldviews as well. Challenge wellness culture, friend. I mean, literally look at societal messages that you're saying about body image and about success and challenge them. Stand up for your truth. Create personal meaning and purpose so that you can give back positively to the world beyond the disorder, and so that you can change this place, because we need more women standing up for this truth. And stay away from processed bodies. I'm going to say that again. Stay away from processed bodies rather than processed foods. We have to stop living and breeding a culture where our daughters and our daughters' daughters feel that they're wrong for being in their own body. We're just going to keep creating this negative cycle in future generations. Be the change, sis. You get to be it. And so I encourage you today to recognize how these 3 types of core beliefs are impacting your life and your journey forward. And I'm going to leave you with this. You either quit or you get to keep going. They both hurt. You get to quit or you get to keep going. And they're both going to hurt. So today I want to encourage you to choose your hurt wisely and continue to learn as you're growing and healing and becoming because you're worth it, how you see yourself can change. How you see other people and what you allow them to see about you is so important as well. And that can change. And your perception of the world can go beyond you. It can change the world. I love you, friend, and I hope that this message has brought some peace into your life today. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I just want to say thank you, and I'd love to get to know you. Come on out to our private community, herbestselfsociety.com. If you are not on our email list, why not go to herbestself.co? We've got some good things coming your way. I cannot wait to share them. And just know that your future dream of freedom is so achievable. I cannot wait to meet you. If you're looking for personalized support, I have one slot, I repeat, one slot available for me personally to help coach you through the process of recovery. I also have great support coaches on my team, and we'd love to get to know you and get you the help and support that you need. Come on out to herbestself.co, fill out a client application, and I cannot wait to be back on the mic and talk to you real soon. Bye for now, sis. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.